The air around you feels heavier tonight, as if something beyond your understanding is reaching into your world. A force you cannot see has already whispered your name, not in the earth below but in the sacred chambers above. Heaven has written it down, and from that moment forward, your life has been marked by something extraordinary. This message is not like the others you have scrolled past before. It carries weight, it carries truth, and it carries urgency that cannot be ignored. Yesterday was not an ordinary day, it was the day heaven recorded your name in a place where destinies are sealed and fates are reshaped. You may not yet realize what this means, but it has already begun to shift everything around you. Doors are moving in silence, people are being repositioned, and unseen hands are arranging events that will soon reach you. The moment your name was taken, the spiritual world began to stir in ways that cannot be undone. Your presence is no longer hidden. The light of your destiny is no longer dim. When heaven takes your name, it means something is about to arrive in your life that cannot be delayed any longer. It means that what was stolen, what was hidden, and what was locked away is about to find its way back to you. The angels stood in attention when your name echoed across eternity. They did not whisper it, they declared it with the force of thunder that shakes mountains. What they declared is already moving like a current through the days ahead, guiding you toward a moment you will never forget. This message is not here by chance. It was prepared for you, timed with precision, because heaven has decided you cannot afford to miss it. If you hear it tonight, it means you are aligned with what is coming, and nothing can pull you away from the truth that is about to unfold. Every delay in your life, every struggle that left you in silence, was only building to this moment. The hand of God has already carved a path in the storm, and all you need to do is stay until the end of this message, because your name being taken means your story has been rewritten. Archangel Michael says, the moment your name was spoken yesterday, a shield was placed over your life. This shield is not just protection, it is a sign that battles you didn't even know were rising against you have already been silenced. He says you are not walking alone anymore, because forces far greater than any human hand are walking with you. Heaven has already released confirmation. Signs will follow you, subtle but undeniable, because the declaration of your name carries evidence. Look closely at what is about to happen around you, nothing will look the same, and nothing will remain hidden from you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Yesterday was the beginning of a countdown that leads directly to your breakthrough. The sound of your name written in heaven is already ringing in the ears of those who opposed you. They feel something shifting even before you see it, and that fear is their undoing. The people who thought they could step on your destiny are about to be confronted by a power they cannot fight. The energy of heaven is surrounding you, lifting you above traps, and exposing secrets meant to harm you. This is not just protection, it is vindication written in light. Every tear you have cried has been collected, and yesterday it was all transformed into evidence that heaven used to declare your case. Your name was spoken with authority, and that authority cannot be erased, denied, or blocked by any force of darkness. Even now, the vibrations of yesterday's calling are echoing through time. They will meet you in your sleep, in your waking moments, in the way strangers look at you differently, and in the way conversations turn in your favor. Heaven is already arranging encounters and aligning timing that no human could orchestrate. The moment you felt tired, worn down, and ready to give up, it was the same moment heaven decided to speak your name. Not when you were strong, but when you thought it was over. That is proof you are not forgotten, proof that heaven watches closer than you know. Archangel Michael says, when heaven takes your name, it also takes your battles. This is why you have been sensing something unusual, a shift you cannot describe, a heaviness lifting when you least expected it. That is the mark of your name being guarded in places no enemy can reach. He says the reason you are hearing this now is because you are stepping into a territory of blessings you never touched before. And as much as heaven has prepared for you, it needed your attention tonight so you can be ready to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Yesterday, the atmosphere changed around your name. It became a key that is now unlocking doors long closed against you. People who forgot about you will suddenly remember, opportunities that were sealed will reopen, and wealth that was hidden will start to move in your direction. You may not see it yet, but forces are already moving, contracts being signed, words being spoken, paths being cleared. This is not coincidence. This is your name spoken in the throne room above, making things shift in silence before they reach your eyes. Even your enemies are being forced to retreat. They cannot stand against a name that heaven has claimed, because once the claim is made, ownership belongs to the divine. That is why you will begin to see them stumble, falter, and collapse in their own plans. The wheels of fate that turned when your name was taken continue to turn tonight, and they carry with them a pattern only the heavens can read. Every moment that follows is threaded to that declaration, and the fabric of your days is being rewoven with intention and care. Expect the ordinary to peel away and reveal a sequence of events that will feel both uncanny and inevitable. Hidden doors will begin to creak open in silence, doors you did not know existed and doors you once thought permanently bolted. People who have been distant will feel a tug they cannot explain and will find their way back toward the path that leads to you. Opportunities will land like soft letters at your feet, and each one will carry a piece of the puzzle that forms the life you've been waiting for. The air around your relationships is changing with precise force, aligning true hearts and exposing false ones by their own restless movements. Conversations that once skirted the edges of truth will now reveal intentions like sunlight through thin curtains. Those meant to stand beside you will steady their steps, while those who were only passing will be shown the exit they were already headed toward. A new authority has been assigned to your name above, and below it will be seen in sudden confirmations. Documents will arrive with signatures that seem to appear out of nowhere, calls will come at the perfect moment, and small coincidences will stitch themselves into proof. Everything that needed aligning will begin to align in ways that feel like destiny folding into place. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Your sense of timing will sharpen, as if an inner clock was reset the moment heaven spoke your name. You will notice that doors open at the exact moment you are thinking about them, and that meetings fall into your lap like gifts you did not expect. This is not luck, it is appointment, scheduled by forces who keep calendars you cannot see. Financial currents will change direction toward you with subtlety and then with force, as if riverbeds rearrange overnight to allow the flow you need. Money that was stuck will loosen, payments once delayed will arrive, and a series of small gains will begin to compound into something unmistakable. It will not all happen at once, but the momentum will be undeniable once you begin to notice the pattern. Old wounds will find their healing in ways that are both gentle and decisive, because your name being taken called for repairmen in places the world cannot touch. People who harmed you will be confronted not by you but by the consequences of their own actions, and restitution will creep forward in unexpected forms. What was taken will begin to return in measures that make your spirit breathe easier and your shoulders drop a little. You will start to receive confirmations in your dreams, not frightening visions but clear, calm signs that guide rather than alarm. These nocturnal messages will not shout, they will whisper with clarity, offering directions and quiet encouragement that will anchor your waking steps. Keep a journal near your bed to capture them, because the notes you write down will form a map you can trust. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The people who opposed you are already rearranging their plans, sensing the shift like a storm gathering on the horizon. Their schemes will lose momentum because they are now meeting resistance from places they cannot see or bribe. Watch as their plans crumble not by force but by friction, the kind that appears when the wrong pieces try to fit into a puzzle made for you. Your closest allies will receive sudden clarity about how to support you, and this clarity will arrive precisely when you need it most. Favors you thought were lost will be returned, and help will come in forms you have stopped expecting. Your network will tighten with loyalty that is tested by fire and proven by consistency. Paths that seemed blocked will be revealed as detours that led you exactly where you needed to be, and you will understand the purpose behind previous delays. The detours were part of the design, and now the straight road opens because the timing is right. Gratitude will rise in your chest like a soft tide as you make sense of the long waiting. You will encounter a person who carries a key to a door you have been knocking on for years, and this encounter will feel like a crossing ordained by fate. Their presence will be calm, their words measured, and their intentions pure. This person will not fix everything for you, but they will share the exact piece necessary to begin the repair. Type Amen to get blessing 777. A tone of justice will hum beneath the surface of your life, not harsh vindictiveness but a balancing that rights what was skewed. Situations that once left you disoriented will now rearrange into structures that support rather than hinder. Evidence you needed will arrive through mundane channels, an email, an overheard phrase, a file discovered in a drawer, and each will serve as a beacon. Your health and energy will respond to these heavenly adjustments, gaining steadiness where there was once fatigue and clarity where confusion lived. Small rituals of care will compound into real change, and your body will thank you by regaining its natural rhythm. The strength you needed to face what comes will be given in increments, each one steady and real. A creative current will lift you, inspiring action in projects long delayed by doubt and fear. Ideas that once felt like seeds will take root, and your hands will find the courage to build. This creative season will be practical as well as vivid, producing tangible work that the world can see and value. You will notice subtle synchronicities that confirm you are on the right path, numbers repeating in ways that speak to you, strangers uttering phrases that mirror your private thoughts, and images appearing at the exact moment you need them. These are not mere coincidences, they are the language the heavens use to reassure and direct. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Trust will become your currency because the heavens are now paying attention to how you spend it. Invest your trust in people who have shown consistent care rather than dramatic promises, and the returns will be real and sustaining. Learn to distinguish between those who speak loudly and those who show up steadily, and let your life align with the latter. An old promise once made to you in whispers will find its voice, and the voice will be plain and true. It will come through a person, a letter, or a small event that becomes the hinge on which the next season swings open. When it arrives, receive it with the calm knowledge that divine timing orchestrated it. Forgiveness will be an instrument of power, not weakness, and as you practice it you will notice barriers crumble. Forgiveness will not excuse wrongdoing, but it will dislodge the hold the past has on your present. As you let go, space opens for new alliances, fresh momentum, and clearer sight. Your intuition will sharpen further, guiding you away from traps and toward openings. It will not always speak loudly, but its nudges will be accurate, and your task is to listen closely and obey gently. Small acts of obedience to those inner nudges will protect you and propel you forward. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A circle of protection will surround your closest spaces, making intrusions obvious and unwelcome plans visible before they take root. Privacy will be guarded, and the peace of your home will feel more intact. The sense of being watched over will not be fanciful, it will be tactile in the way a locked door feels secure at night. You will experience moments of clarity that settle like sunlight after a storm, dissolving doubt and replacing it with purpose. These moments will not always be dramatic, but they will be decisive. Each one will be a stepping stone toward the life that corresponds to the name now written in heaven. Your words will gain weight, what you say will carry influence in conversations that matter. Speak with calm conviction and plainness, and watch as doors respond. The integrity in your voice will become a magnet for the right opportunities and the right people. Take time to steward your small wins because they compound into major shifts. Celebrate evidence of progress, however minor, because these are the markers that heaven uses to measure readiness. A grateful heart will attract continued favor in ways both subtle and grand. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You will be given a season to rebuild parts of your life that were neglected while you were surviving. This season will ask for steady work rather than instant miracles, and it will reward patience with durable results. Build with care, choose wisely, and guard your peace as you lay new foundations. A financial door will open that allows you to breathe more freely, one that feels like a long-awaited exhale rather than a sudden windfall. It will be practical, sourced through work, covenant, or rightful return, and it will provide the margin you need to choose rather than be forced. Use it to secure your base and to invest in the vision that is forming. You will find voices of wisdom when you need counsel, people grounded enough to give honest guidance rather than flattery. Accept counsel that challenges you to grow and discard advice that makes you feel small. Wise voices will help you prioritize what matters most. Let silence be a tool in this season because not every moment needs explanation. Some victories arrive quietly and are best witnessed in solitude before the world hears of them. Keep certain things sacred while they strengthen, and reveal them when the time is undeniably right. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. A reconciliation may occur that mends a wound you thought permanent, and it will come from a place of humility and steady repair. This reconciliation will not erase the lessons learned, but it will free you to move forward with less weight. Hold boundaries firmly even as healing unfolds. You will meet a mentor who sees your potential and invests time in shaping it, offering challenges that stretch rather than break you. Their mentorship will be practical and rooted in the kind of discipline that begets mastery. Cherish this relationship, it will accelerate your progress. The legal or logistical knot that has held you back will loosen because of timely intervention. Paperwork will find completion, permissions will be granted, and the gates that required signatures will swing open. Small procedural victories will culminate in life-changing shifts. Keep your heart tender yet guarded because openness is a strength when paired with wisdom. Allow love to enter but expect it to prove itself in quiet consistency. Trust is earned through steady presence and honest labor. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. A harvest of creativity and productivity will begin to appear as you execute plans with a new rhythm. Your days will hold more meaning as actions align with destiny and each step produces visible fruit. This harvest will not feel like luck, it will feel like the natural result of persistent attention. You will find rest that heals rather than distracts, a rest that replenishes the spirit and clears the mind. This rest will not run from responsibility but will prepare you to carry it. Schedule it and protect it without apology. A clear vision will solidify for the path ahead, not a hazy hope but a map with coordinates you can follow. Write it down in detail and revisit it often because clarity creates traction. Share it with the select few who have proven steady and let them help you carry it forward. Your life will begin to reflect the name that was taken in heaven, shaped with dignity and courage. Walk forward with both boldness and humility, knowing forces unseen travel with you. Every step will matter and every small faithfulness will be noticed. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Tonight, breathe in the new air that surrounds your name and let its hush settle into your bones. The world is preparing to shift for you in ways both gentle and decisive, and your part is to remain present and obedient. Remember that this is not the end of the story but the start of a season written for you. Hold firm to the truth of your worth and carry it with quiet authority because heaven has already claimed your name for a purpose. Live as if that claim matters, because it does, and let your life answer to the higher call. The coming days will prove the declaration right. Rest in the confidence that the forces gathered on your behalf are thorough, patient, and just. Walk forward with intention, tend your people well, steward your gifts, and accept the confirmations that arrive. Your name was taken in heaven yesterday, and now the earth will begin to follow. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The echo of your name is still traveling across unseen spaces, and each moment it circles back, it adds another layer of power to your path. Yesterday was not just a marking, it was a sealing, and the seal carries authority that cannot be undone by any earthly voice. The momentum of what was released will now gather speed, and you will begin to notice how quickly things start to shift in your favor. The season of waiting has begun its descent, and the dawn of acceleration is rising over you. Where you once walked in hesitation, you will soon walk with steps that feel guided, assured, and almost pushed by unseen hands. This is not imagination, it is the alignment of destiny with the timing of heaven itself. You may feel an unusual heaviness lifting from your chest, as if burdens you didn't even realize you carried are being peeled away layer by layer. That release is the proof that something has been settled above, freeing you from chains that once tied your progress down. Pay attention to this change in atmosphere, because it is your confirmation that yesterday's moment was real. Your name has been entered into a ledger that cannot be erased, and that entry speaks louder than accusations, betrayals, or doubts. When heaven takes your name, it is no longer in the hands of those who tried to diminish it. It now belongs to a higher authority, one that is rewriting every ending that once looked final. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The hidden plans against you are being dismantled piece by piece, long before they can reach your door. Those who tried to plot in secret will find their words exposed, their steps confused, and their efforts collapsing into dust. You will hear of their downfall not because you pursued revenge, but because heaven marked your name for protection. New alliances will begin forming around you, connections that are drawn not by coincidence but by divine arrangement. Some of these people will seem to appear suddenly, stepping into your path with resources, ideas, or encouragement you didn't expect. Trust the timing of these encounters, for they are responses to the sound of your name in heaven. A door that once denied you is preparing to swing wide open, and when it does, the welcome will surprise you. You will be invited into spaces where your voice matters, your gifts are seen, and your presence is valued. This is the vindication that comes when your name is spoken with honor above. Archangel Michael says, "Your name is not just recorded, it is guarded." Forces have been stationed around it to ensure no enemy can rewrite what heaven has already sealed. Walk boldly, for you are moving under the cover of divine protection. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The atmosphere around your finances will shift like a wind changing direction. Where money once slipped through your fingers, it will now begin to gather, slow at first and then steady. Unexpected credits, released funds, and small opportunities that grow into larger streams will find their way to you. You may sense tension as old cycles resist the change, but the pull of heaven's decree will be stronger. Those cycles cannot hold when your name has been lifted into a higher record. Breakthrough will not ask permission, it will simply arrive. Dreams you once abandoned will return to you, but they will come back in stronger form. They will not just be ideas, but instructions, detailed and clear, waiting for you to take action. Follow them, for they carry the blueprint heaven placed beside your name. The weight of loneliness will begin to break, replaced by encounters that feel destined and connections that fill the empty spaces within. True companions will find you, and those who never meant you well will quietly fade. This separation is not loss, it is alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Your health will respond to this heavenly shift, as energy and clarity begin to flow into your body like a steady stream. A new rhythm will return to your days, one that makes it easier to breathe, move, and rest with balance. What once drained you will no longer hold the same power. Conversations that were delayed will suddenly resume, and this time they will move toward completion. Agreements will be made, signatures exchanged, and doors that were half open will now stand wide. The timing is no accident, it was scheduled the moment your name was taken. You will notice the presence of signs following you. Numbers, words, small details repeating themselves in ways you cannot ignore. They will not appear to frighten you, but to reassure you that heaven is still speaking. These signs are the language of confirmation, proof that you are not walking blindly. The fear of failure will begin to weaken, because your path is no longer determined by chance. Your name being taken was the guarantee that your story is being carried by a force greater than your mistakes. Failure may knock, but it cannot stay. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Justice is already unfolding for you, even in ways you cannot yet see. Those who wronged you are being weighed against the truth of your name, and the imbalance will not last. What was taken will be returned, multiplied and undeniable. You will sense a stillness around you, not the stillness of emptiness but the calm before a revelation. In this stillness, you are being prepared to see what you once overlooked. Stay attentive, because the revelation will change everything. A sudden invitation will arrive, one that seems small at first but carries the key to something much larger. Do not dismiss it, for it is the thread that leads to the next chapter. Accept it with openness, and let it guide you forward. Every step you take from now on is under surveillance by the heavens, not to judge you, but to keep you in alignment. You are being watched over, covered, and carried. The declaration of your name yesterday was the confirmation of that truth. Type Amen to get Blessing 2020.